who's watching over me. My angel, my ghost in the family tree. Freight train, keep rolling, wheels singing, voices calling. I wonder who's watching over me. I lay down in my bed last night. I could hear trains rolling by outside. I heard a pistol and a shout just before the lights went out. When I lay in my bed last night, now that the new moon shining through my open door, the girl said she's leaving, couldn't take it anymore. I hear children's voices saying, "Look at me." Oh, we're walking in the rain, babe, beneath the family tree. In the alley by the corner last night, saw her standing in a shadow. All right, at least I thought it was her, but these days I'm never sure. Well, I wonder who's watching over me. I wonder who's watching over me. I wonder who's watching over me.
Seek not your fortune in silver and gold. Seek it in treasures the eye cannot behold. With love in your heart and light in your soul, treasures more precious than gold. Once I did wander, seeking fortune and fame. Now when I travel, I lift up His name. With love
Oh, he's here.
With love in my heart and light in my soul, I seek a treasure more precious than gold.
All right, hello, and welcome back to Afternoon Drive. It's a beautiful day out there, and well, it's a little rain delay start here. My apologies. I was out on the deck and with the dog, and we're about 10 minutes behind because I dozed off in my backyard. I never lay out in the backyard. Oh, thank you there, Tyler, appreciate that. And fell asleep, so a little 10-minute delay here. Apologize for that for those of you who tuned in right at 3. My guest, however, is here right on time, very prompt. He's the athletic director over at Pentucket, Dan Thornton. He's been on the old show, but first time on this particular show. Dan, how are you?
I'm excellent.
Fantastic.
But, you should also know, in addition to the AD, at Pentucket, I'm also assistant principal.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah,
yes.
So what we generally do if someone's tardy...
Oh, geez, here we go. I'm in trouble now.
I might have to give you a detention, possibly in-house suspension for this.
Even in the summertime?
Oh, yeah.
It's the rule there, too?
Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
Be prompt.
Very good. We did a heck of a job. We've been trying to get you here all summer, really, and I was planning on doing a recap of the past sports season because you guys had a lot going on, but you guys must be almost getting ready for the next one, right? It's always the next thing, huh?
Gosh, I mean, today's last day of July. We're looking at August 1st tomorrow, and August 17th is first day for football.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Right around the corner.
I know.
Fall.
Time flies.
Craziness. How's the summer been, first of all? It's been a little while since I last spoke to you.
Summer's excellent. We love summer. I mean, who doesn't like summer?
I think when we booked you for this show, was that last week? You were up in Maine, right?
I was up in New Hampshire, yep.
In New Hampshire,
in the White Mountains, doing some hiking, going down the Saco, enjoying life, and dreaming it all up for next year.
There you go.
That's what we do.
That's where you game plan?
That's my thinking place.
That's your thinking place?
Yeah.
Very good. It seemed like you were at a party. I'm not sure how much thinking was going on. It was very loud in the background. Cookout?
Cookout, yes. Family was up. Brothers up from Virginia.
Oh, wow.
So we had a nice little family gathering going on. It was good times.
Beautiful. Summer's been good so far?
Life is good.
How are things at Pentucket? I guess, so when you're talking like 2 weeks away from football, a little bit more, but 17 days, man, that's you're pretty much in it now, right?
Pretty much. I mean, we'll wait and see who shows up, and see what the numbers are like. The 17th is when the football team starts, which is, I believe it's a Friday. And then the following Thursday, that's when all the teams start.
Gotcha.
So that's the mass rules, and so it's not far away.
I know. What as far as the assistant principal duties, what is on the plate for the summertime? Do you have to be at the school, or how does that work? People, I think, have this idea that it's feed up for teachers and administrators.
There's classes going around. We do summer work at the school. There's classes that you can take, and then you just have your regular scheduling that we're working on, building maintenance that's going on, but we certainly take our time off too.
Absolutely. Well, that is very good. How many kids go to Pentucket?
We're about 700.
700?
Yeah, maybe a little over.
That's it. How does that fall with the rest of the Cape Ann League? Do you know, or do you even keep track?
Yeah, no, I know.
Stuff?
We actually were, Pentucket was number 2 for a long time behind Masco. Masco was up in the, they were probably double. 1,300 or 1,400.
That's why they always get all those good sports teams.
Yeah,
right? They got that big pool to pick from.
And then we were the second largest school in the Cape Ann League for a long time, and now I believe it's North Reading, and not sure who's. We're probably 3 or 4, 5-ish now. We're down. Our numbers have dropped from, I think we were around 1,000 when I started back in 2004 and 5, and we're about 720-ish now.
Gotcha. All those years at Pentucket, you must be one of the. Are you one of the veterans now over there? When you're talking,
I guess I could be. A veteran, yeah.
Although
I'm still pretty young.
You are young.
Look, I'm just like me.
That is right. 2004, 2005, though. Yeah, because I find, especially in the where you've done your fair share of coaching over the years too. But do you find that the coaches, they tend to not last as long like they used to? Like I remember the old baseball coach that the school I was at, Danvers, has been there for like 30 years. You don't really hear too much of that anymore. I don't know. Maybe it's just the stresses of the job or what.
It could be. I mean, sometimes it's. I mean, we had Coach L'Italian for baseball, and he was there for. Gosh, I don't even know how long.
Everybody knows that name around here.
Yeah, he was there before me.
Yeah. And who's you guys had a run with your football coach too, right?
Coach Hayden.
Hayden, yeah, Coach Hayden, great guy.
Still there?
It's still there. Unbelievable. It's just sharp as can be. I remember talking to him. He has a great memory. I remember talking to him. He was name dropping players from decades ago, and
he has a good memory.
You
some
probably
things
have
I'm
some
sure
moments,
he'd like to forget.
You probably have some moments where maybe you've seen the opposite, but that's very funny. Again, talk with Dan Thornton here, assistant principal, athletic director over at Pentucket. What is the biggest thing for you this summer as far as gearing up for this next school year? Is there anything on the agenda that I don't know might surprise people or anything different?
For the most part, it's taking care of the field, making sure the fields are maintained. They get a lot of use during the school year.
Pretty dry, right? Is that a problem?
No, we have irrigation.
Okay.
So we pipe right into the Merrimack River, so that's not an issue. It's just more so, especially the where the football field is, because that's also used for soccer teams. The youth football teams use it. The baseball team uses it. So it gets a lot of wear and tear.
Yep.
And the summer is really important for us to shut it down just so that it can regrow.
Right.
And then we'll get right back out there on the 17th and tear it right up.
Because you guys actually have a lot of the actual grass fields, right?
All grass. Yeah, we have no turf.
That's unusual these days, isn't it? I mean,
yes.
It's like,
we're one of the very few. I believe Masco is another school that doesn't have any turf fields.
Advantage or disadvantage, you think? You ever get any home field advantage from playing on real grass?
Absolutely. Yeah, we love the dirt and the mud. Yeah. No, I actually, my son Ben, who graduated a few years ago, he always recalled when he played football, he would look at the opposing teams when they came in, and sometimes they would look down at their cleats and they'd see that they were sloshing in the mud before they even started, and you just kind of looked up and said, we got this game.
There you go, mudders, right? That is too funny.
You like playing in the mud.
Absolutely.
The snow and the elements, sure.
Yeah, well, let's wait on the snow, will you? We don't want to push that too soon. It's beautiful out there. Just ask me. I was laying on the deck for a while.
That's right. Taking a little nap.
You got to meet the staff too. It was funny. I texted you and told you I was running behind. And you said, "Oh, don't worry, I'm interviewing the staff. This will be fantastic."
That's right. We're all old friends now.
Yes, there you go. Yes. And my first time into this beautiful studio here in Newburyport. So
nice.
I know. Now we had you on the old show. I actually think I visited. You were always very, very good at getting me athletes over there, which I always appreciated. But
I love it. Yeah.
We'll have to make sure we get some of the Pentucket kids. What should we be looking for in this next season ahead? You already know some of the names jumping off the page as far as athletic stars, or is it kind of a wait and see thing?
I just I always look forward to the new seasons because you never really know. You don't know what it's going to bring, which that makes it exciting.
Yeah.
And you'll have student athletes that'll graduate, and you think to yourself, "Oh, that was such a fun team to watch," and we're probably going to have a rebuild year. And then the next thing you know, somebody else comes up that you wouldn't really have expected.
Yep.
And the next thing you know, you're running for a Cal championship, or there's a team that jumps in and really competes, and is a lot of fun to watch. And those are the stories I love.
What was the spring story like that? Did you have a little Cinderella story, or
in the spring,
something that you liked personally here?
The spring we had, our track team was outstanding, and you guys
tend to have good track, don't you?
I don't know the track team has been really, really good. And Sage Tedisco, who of course just graduated, but 4-year career that she just had with, I don't even know, 20 or 22, I think, records.
She going off to
she broke at the school, which unbelievable.
She going off to college, or
yeah, she's off to UNH, so she'll be a Wildcat.
Do you find yourself following these kids when they leave and following through the college ranks and all that stuff?
We try. I really try to tell them to keep up with us and let us know what's going on, just so we could, keep up and throw them out there a little bit on Twitter or something. But they're busy and they get out and they do their thing. And a lot of times it's good because the colleges will give us some tabs on what's going on. But it's always fun to watch, see what they do.
That's good. You guys, you're one of the, it's funny, some athletic directors and some, I guess, athletic directors do a really good job. It's just kind of a good tool to have the Twitter, because, you can tell people about games, delays, or all that sort of stuff. It's a nice tool. I guess it would be good for any administrator. I don't know how many teachers / principals use it, but maybe they do. I'm not exactly sure. But as far as a AD goes, I know Kyle Hodgson's really good with the Twitter here in Newburyport. Sean McGinnis is really good in Triton. It seems like you guys all really do a good good job of keeping your fan bases updated. You guys find that to be a useful tool? Very different from when I went to school.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's just instantaneous. So if there's
Yeah.
a game, say we're having a baseball game with Newburyport,
Yep.
and the weather postpones it, I mean, we can. A lot of people find out it's instantaneous. You send it out on Twitter, people know that the game's canceled.
Yeah.
Makeup games, you can do that. You know, little updates on scores. I don't have them all, but if obviously if I'm at a game,
Yep.
I try to tweet about it, final scores. Coaches will sometimes, let me know what's going on. Student athletes will tweet me,
Yep.
directly and just say, hey, we were over in Linfield, we won 5-4. So and so scored the winning goal, and I'll put that out there.
They
So,
tweet you just to annoy you sometimes
as
too.
long as they're accurate.
Yes. We won 10-4. No, we actually lost 15-0.
Yeah, we were kidding. Oh, okay.
Well, that wasn't very funny.
Yeah, no.
It is a good tool. It's funny. The interesting kind of feel here. A lot of the kids I bring in from Newburyport actually don't use Twitter that often, and I was thinking, I was like, I thought you were kind of the group that uses it. You're the young kids, like the hip
Yeah.
and cool, and I guess, and I was told that people who use the words like hip and cool aren't really that hip and cool.
Not
I
hip and
guess
cool
so.
anymore, yeah.
I guess maybe they've outgrown that, but it did seem like some of the Newburyport kids were saying it's just not that big in Newburyport, like a
Yeah.
lot of their outside communities do, and I thought that was kind of strange.
Maybe
but
they use Instagram or.
yes, that's the big one, and
Yeah.
Snapchat is the other big
Yes.
one.
Well, I do have a Twitter account, which I use often, and
Yep.
I now have Instagram. So I'm on Instagram as well.
You do the Facebook too? Do you do them all?
I don't do Facebook.
You don't do
No,
Facebook.
I have no Facebook page.
No, that's a minority, I think.
What else? Snapchat. I don't have Snapchat.
Yes.
So
You can't. You got.
I'm easing into this social, networking.
Yeah. Well, easing in. You've been good with the Twitter for several years, though.
Yeah, Twitter is.
I used to bother you for information and guests and all that through Twitter.
No, Twitter's good. It's a good chance to get some pictures out, and keeps me occupied at the game.
How about the any problems at Pentucket with that? Because as just like any of these new advances, like it seems like it's just another thing that coaches have to worry about. Do not say anything you wouldn't say in real life
Off
on
the
there.
top
or
of my head, I can't think of anything.
no big Twitter scandals.
No. I mean, we try to really work with our student athletes just to keep them informed and let them know that it's called the World Wide Web for a reason.
Yes.
So you put something
Yeah.
out there and you want, well, so wasn't meant to see that. Well, guess what? Everyone in the world can see what you just did.
Yeah. Just
So-
ask that kid from the pitcher there from the Braves who almost threw the no-hitter the other day. They dug up some fan goes back and digs up some very bad tweets of his
Right.
from whatever 7 years ago.
It's true though. I mean, you got to be careful and just be respectful.
Yeah, is that part of the opening day first practice speech to the team? Is that like every coach's handbook now, or does that even need to be said?
I think it's said. The coaches these days are. I think they're really well. I know we are. We try to be anyways. And you can say as much as you want, but you're not with them obviously 24/7. And we just try to preach to our student athletes to, do the right thing, be a good person. After a game, win or lose, shake your opponent's hand, look them in the eye, mean it when you say
Yeah.
good game, and then, go off and have fun with your friends and be safe and don't make bad decisions.
Yeah.
And, they're high school kids and sometimes they make bad decisions, just like we all do. So as long as you learn from those bad decisions and you don't make them, a habit, I mean, we just move on.
It is the age to make and learn from your mistakes, I guess, at
That's right.
that age, right?
Absolutely.
Just don't repeat them, yes.
We've all been there.
Absolutely. So what's the you kick in, football kicks in the 17th, you said. So is
Right.
that's kind of the first sport, right?
Yeah.
Is that they always get out there earlier.
Yep,
and
they're
of
out
course
there earlier.
there's always that's a different world now too. I think you guys have to cut down on practices and stuff.
Yeah, they
with
don't
the
have
heat.
as many days, and there's not as many days in full pads and with contact. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the first couple of days, they'll just be out there, and, the first day they might just be out in T-shirts and shorts and running through calisthenics and
Yeah.
showing them what the drills are. The next day, they may graduate to helmets,
Gotcha.
helmets and shoulder pads, and, they won't
Is
start.
it still conditioning early on? Is that still?
Oh, yeah.
All right, you just
Yeah.
gotta be a little bit careful the days of the
Yeah.
keeping the water away. Remember the Denzel Washington and remember the Titans? Water makes you weak.
I know.
Yeah,
I remember those days. Gosh.
Oh,
You
man.
look back and sometimes thinking, you didn't have a water break at practice.
yeah.
But, no, we have water breaks. Water anytime you want.
I bet you do.
Hydration is key.
When's the first football game? That might give people an idea of how quick this thing's coming around.
Yeah, so I think it's right at, we're off, I looked at our football schedule the other day. We're actually road warriors.
Oh,
So
really?
the first 3 weekends in September, we're away.
Probably on turf.
Yeah, probably on turf and on Friday nights, and they'll probably night games too.
Yeah,
So
yeah, because you guys mostly play day games with the
with no lights.
With no lights.
So
Yeah.
we have no turf and we have no lights.
You guys haven't tried to put the lights up yet?
No, we're actually we're in the
you happy with
process of
that?
a building project. So we're looking to still see if we can build a new high school.
It's kind of nice, kind of refreshing to have day football too, though, don't you think?
Honestly, I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I like Saturday afternoon football games.
Yep.
I think it's having a 1:00 football game on a Saturday afternoon, and the crowds probably aren't as big as what you would have on a Friday night.
Yeah.
With the lights but our teams seem to enjoy it. We have our Saturday afternoon games, and they look forward to coming to Newburyport, for instance, and playing a Friday night game under the lights.
Yeah, you still probably play half of your games on Friday nights, right?
Oh, yeah, we probably
Everybody
play
else?
the majority. Yeah, because pretty much everybody else. Amesbury's got lights.
So what's the deal with the project? Is that bringing a new stadium to town, or?
Well, there's a building project going on right now, and we're actually getting towards the final stages of it. So it just they're trying to actually figure out what kind of a building it would be. Would it be a 7 through 12 high school? Would it be 9 through 12?
So this is very early
on
stages.
the campus it could be, and then next spring I think it'll be put to the 3 towns
Gotcha.
in Pentucket to vote on. So if it gets accepted and put through, I think they could start building as early as a year from right now.
Okay.
Which that would probably be a couple-year project.
Couple of years away.
Yeah.
All right.
That would be some work for me too, because I think where they would project to build it, would move a lot of our games off site.
Okay.
So
you want some more work, is what you're saying? You could.
I want to play some home games in Newburyport Stadium.
Very good. It is
Home
beautiful.
of the Sachems.
That's right. Is that what,
Once a week.
You guys would have to share a little bit, huh? Yeah.
Hey, the good guys though in the Cal and women.
Yeah.
So we all get along great, and I'm sure if it does get to that point, I know I have a lot of neighbors who would help us out.
Well, I think usually you'd get complaints from, I think, the soccer kids, right? They usually complain about the turf because the slide tackling, that becomes a problem, right? I think don't the soccer people like the pure grass?
I think you're right. I think most kids, if it's a nice field, if it's in good condition, they love playing on a nice grass field.
Yeah.
And I mean, the turf fields are nice as well because you can get so much play on it, but they hurt.
Well, yes, they do.
Falling
a little
down
bit
to the turf,
faster
it doesn't
sometimes.
feel great.
I bet it's very hot out there right now with that sun beating down on the.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have that worry coming up in August, but I know that there are schools who actually have guidelines that they have to follow. If it's 90, 95 degrees, the amount of time that they can be on the turf.
I'm sure they do.
If it's 95 degrees outside, you're talking about 110 degrees probably on a turf field.
Yeah. And those games, the balls bounce a little faster. It is a different game on turf. There's some unique things that, like lacrosse, they were saying it's a faster game a little
definitely,
bit.
Yeah.
Balls bouncing all over the place.
And field hockey too is really meant for turf.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a grass field at Pentucket, and we try to mow it and cut it down as short as we can. But most of the teams around are all playing on turf, so. In terms of that, it probably is a little bit of an advantage for us.
I'm sure
because
you're
we're so used to playing on grass, and they aren't.
I'm sure you're right. How about on the coaches, teachers? Any big changes over there during the summer? I mean, is this every year? I'm sure you get a few, right?
Yeah, there's sometimes a little bit of turnover. We haven't really had any big changes, which is nice. Coming up in the fall, we have all our coaches heading back.
Every one of them, really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That's kind of impressive. I wonder if that's the case for most of these Cape Ann League schools.
I think it's a case of that, why wouldn't you want to work with me?
Yes, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean.
Yes, Stan Thornton, everybody. We
have a good staff. It's great to have them all, and we're fortunate to have some good people working with us.
I do hear you're an excellent boss, by the way. I do get that from all the coaches that have coach for you.
Yeah.
Under your watchful eye.
It's hard to be humble when you're number one, right?
Yes, exactly. I remember doing a few interviews at your school there back in the day when I was doing some work for the other station here, and one of the newspaper guys was in there from the Newburyport Daily News. And I was waiting, and I happened to recognize him, and I said hello, and he said, "Yes, I'm here for Dan. You too?" And I said, "Well, not really. He's going to get me some kids." But he goes, "Well, you should talk to Dan. Dan's a great quote." And I said, "Oh, well,
great quote."
Yes, he's. So I said,
that?
maybe you could get several quotes from Dan."
There you go.
I'm not sure if he did, but
very nice.
It seemed like it was going to be a great article.
There you go.
It was the profile. Do you even remember that day?
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, must have been a great quote, though.
A couple of years ago. Yeah, I'm not sure if he got two. He was just there for one, apparently. One quote from the athletic director of Pentucket. So the summertime, what's the hobby during the summer here? You're playing golf out there? Or,
I actually played golf twice.
I know that. You know how I know that? Twitter.
Twitter.
You put a picture up there on Twitter. You were playing golf with somebody.
Nice. Oh, that's right.
You forget that, too?
With
Come
Mr.
on.
Rapucci, yep, we were out there playing golf. Yep, we hit a lot of balls that day.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Rapucci.
Coach, teacher?
Former teacher. Retired. Lives here in Newburyport.
Oh, nice.
And a very big part of the athletic department at Pentucket. Helps out a ton with me at games, site management.
Site management?
Ticket sales.
Wow.
Yeah, he does it all.
Did you beat him? Did you beat him?
We actually didn't even keep score.
Didn't keep score.
No, we just hit and hit and hit
Oh,
and
yeah?
hit and hit.
Was that just the rust? No keeping score if you're rusty? Is that the deal?
Yeah, first time out, I think it was what it was.
First time out.
First time out.
Where do you play around here?
That day we played at Hampton Sagamore.
Ooh.
Last week I actually played up at the Mount Washington Hotel.
Ah,
which
lovely.
was fantastic.
That is,
Beautiful up there.
yeah. I have not played there, but I've been meaning to play there.
You got to.
Have to.
Yeah, we need to do it.
Good spot. All right.
Excellent spot.
Absolutely. All right, we'll do it. We'll do it one of these days.
And they have a big deck, veranda deck, which afterwards you could take a nap on.
Yes. Okay.
Because you're good at that.
I am. I'm very good at that. I've never done it before. It was incredible. I was a little bit rattled actually. I woke up and said that can't be true. I didn't go to sleep for 20 minutes. What are you
It's
talking about?
summer, you know. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just ease into these.
You know what I think it is? I think the dog kind of came up and snuggled next to me. That's a bad combination.
There you go. Comfort.
I'm gonna blame the dog.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's easy to do. He can't talk back.
No.
He got lazy at the dog park. Took him to the dog park earlier today. Just did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Then we got home. Just barked the whole time. Wanted to go back outside. He's like, what are you doing? I just tried to get you tired. You stand there and hound dog.
Hound dogs.
Loud, annoying. Anyway,
That's
I
all right.
digress.
Still a good day.
Absolutely. I give a job by Dan Thornton. He's the athletic director over at Pentucket, covering all sorts of ground here as we are now. He just alerted me. I didn't even think about this, but we're like less than 3 weeks away from the football kids taking the field. And as you know, that means you're pretty much back to school after that. I remember one of the people I used to work with said, once the 4th of July passes, you better soak in summer real quickly because it'll be Labor Day before you know it. It's so true. It is a short season, isn't it, the summertime?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, 4th of July is awful early, but today's a good day. Today is always the day where you say, oh, it's the last day of July, and tomorrow's August. And once
today's
August
a
hits,
marker.
Boom.
Yeah, August is off.
August is quick.
Off and running.
Off and running.
Makes sense. See, I've only been up to Maine like twice. I used to get up to Maine as a kid all the time. And now you get priorities.
It's vacation land.
Vacation land, yeah. Well, that's what's new in New Hampshire's the live free or die.
Live free or
they
die
got another
state.
slogan too, don't they?
What's that?
Maine's vacation land, but
Maine's
doesn't New Hampshire
vacation
have like a vacation slogan too? You were just there. You would have seen it.
I mean, maybe Wolfboro is the oldest summer resort in America.
Wolfboro is.
There you go.
How about that? Were you guys talking about that? Did you just put Tyler there?
It's just a little. She is?
She lives there.
Little trivia.
How about that?
Yeah.
You got any more trivia you want to ask?
No, I just think that people might want to know about that. That's all.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want to know about Wolfboro? Great little concert venue in Guilford, New Hampshire. You ever been up there?
I have been to Guilford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been to the concert venue?
I have not,
Beautiful.
but I have been to Guilford.
Yeah, right on the water, right on
I did a
Winnipesaukee.
triathlon in Guilford.
The what?
I did a triathlon up
A
there.
triathlon.
Yeah, the Granite Man.
I did not realize you did triathlons.
Yeah, I did.
How did those go?
Those are very tiring.
What makes you want to do a triathlon?
my wife.
What drive? I did not see that as the answer coming.
She
Okay.
said you should try it. It would be fun.
And
You like to swim, and you like to bike, and you like to run, so do one.
did she do it with you?
She did. She did them before me, so she kind of got me into it. Yep.
And have we done multiple triathlons?
I
now?
have. I've done a few, and
So you're
they're
hooked
long.
now.
It's good. It's fun. It's this one was a long one. It was 70.5, I think.
Wow.
So it's a good mile, 1.2 mile swim, 56-mile bike, and then you run a half marathon, 13 miles.
What's the toughest part about that? Is like I would think the swim might be the refreshing part.
I like
right?
to swim. I like swimming, so swimming's good. Biking is fine. 56 on a bike is a long ride, so by the time you're finished 56 miles, you're pretty much ready to get out of that seat.
Yeah.
But for me,
I would think
honestly, it's the
sore.
running. The running is the toughest part for me because it's just pounding, and
Yeah.
I mean,
How many miles end up running?
it's a 13-mile run.
13-mile run. Wow.
So it's like It's a half Ironman. I haven't done a full Ironman.
That's a lot of work there, man. 13-mile run on top of all that stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't think I knew that fun fact about you.
That's a Dan Thornton factoid.
You get a lot of those. That's good. Well, have you ever thought about a marathon?
No.
Just couldn't do the extra 13.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like if you could do
this,
this,
you could.
You could do it.
Yeah, you could do it.
How about Boston? We can get you into Boston one of these days. We'll promote it on the
Are you
radio.
going to do it with me?
You know, I think my wife's a better option. She's like a born runner.
Right.
My wife, when we were living in Brighton out of college, she and a roommate friend of hers, they decided to sign up for the, what's the one, Hyannis? The Hyannis half marathon?
Okay.
That's like a...
Or Falmouth?
Or Falmouth, yeah, I think it was Falmouth.
Yeah.
That's right, sorry. Falmouth. And so that's the one, it's a Boston Marathon qualifier, and if you're going to do it, you got to run it twice because it's technically a half marathon. So they did it, like paid the $50 or whatever, just to, with the goal of trying to stay in shape during the winter time. This will force us to work out.
Right.
So neither one of them did anything all winter.
Oh, no.
Nothing. Tough winter. I will admit it was a tough winter. A lot of snow. Tough to run in the city, I guess. That was her excuse anyway. And the day before, the night before the Falmouth Marathon, it was on a Saturday, Friday night, she looks at me and says, we're pretty much getting ready for bed. She looks at me and says, I think I could do it. And I said, really? No training? I'll take you if you want. And she goes, I already paid. Might as well give it a try, right?
Yeah, might as well.
So we'll do it. And the roommate came who was not going to run, and she did it in 2 hours straight up. Hey. Not bad, right? Not bad. See, it's got Tyler's attention.
Running, finishing, that's okay.
There's a little shout out to my wife, Sarah. She did a good job with that. So that is a hard thing to do.
Well, there is truth, too, to what you said about, those are the races where I would plan them, and you do plan it, in a sense, to keep working out. Because in August there's going to be this race, I better run and I better swim and I better bike. Yeah. And now that race is gone. It was the Timberman. So they don't even have that race up in New Hampshire anymore, which I loved it.
The Guilford was the Timberman?
Yeah, it was called the Timberman. But
is that a new nickname for you now?
That could be the Timberman?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Could stick.
Yeah, you might. Put that on Twitter.
Throw it out to the kids and see if they like it or not.
The Timberman.
The Timberman. Oh, that is too funny. Well, very interesting. So 13-mile, and then you must just want to collapse for like 3 days or something.
Yeah, well, you swim, a mile, 1.2 miles, bike 56, run 13, and then just jump in the lake. Right into Winnipesaukee and
go back into the lake.
And then you're good. And then you're fine. Then you can do it again next day.
Yeah, sure, why not?
That is funny. It is a beautiful spot up there, though.
Great spot.
I went there for, actually, last time I was there was, we went to a Dave Matthews show.
Okay.
A couple months ago.
Yeah.
It was a weeknight, and I'm wondering why it seemed like a bit of a different vibe. Just something was a little bit different. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, and then I quickly figured out it was Bike Week up there.
That's a big week.
Yeah, very big week. Yeah. I don't think I quite realized how big Bike Week is in Guilford, New Hampshire.
Yes. Yeah. In Laconia, there's bikes everywhere.
Crazy. I don't really even know what they do, but I just know there's engines revving everywhere.
Right. And you might not even want to know what they're doing.
Yes, maybe. It didn't actually seem like there was any real big event. It was just kind of bikers around.
Lots of bikes.
Yeah. You a biker? Not a biker?
No.
No.
I don't have a motorcycle.
I feel like it could be like a midlife crisis thing for me, maybe. It's definitely not like my style. But
would you get like a Harley, or would you get one of those like really fast bikes?
Ooh. Harleys aren't fast?
Well, I think they're more. Isn't a Harley more like a cruising?
Like a cruiser. Like
oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Look at you guys.
Yeah.
You want to come on and talk more bike? No. I don't know then.
Bike talk with Dan Thornton.
I had never thought about that. Bike talk with the Timberman. I had never thought about that. I think I'd probably get more of a cruiser, I think.
Yeah.
More of a laid-back style. Maybe they seem a little dangerous.
They do.
I
think one time, because you don't want to get hit.
You don't.
And you definitely don't want to fall.
Right. That's good. All right.
You probably only get hit once on a motorcycle.
Probably. Although I don't know. They actually up there too, or is it Maine? Maine, no helmets, right? There's like 2 states left, and Maine's like one of them. Oh. So you see people flying around the back roads. That always freaked me out.
Yeah, no.
Never used to like. That's not for me. So I would need a cruiser.
I might look good with my hair blowing in the wind on the.
Yeah, yeah. I was talking to a friend of mine who's going the bald look. Has been making it clear lately that it's a lifestyle choice. I don't know if that's a line that you've adopted, but
I guess it is.
I think it's a good one. I like it.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Summertime. Aerodynamic. That's fantastic. Oh, wow, look at that. We're flying. We should take one quick break. We'll finish up strong here. Final few minutes with Dan Thornton, who was here early. How refreshing out of the athletic director and assistant principal at Pentucket, Dan Thornton. But we've been cruising around here, and I just have no concept of time today. It's already 3:42. We're flying along. We need a break. Be right back. How about that? Yeah, see? Fastest show on radio. We'll be right back. We'll finish strong here. Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio. All right, welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Tyler Neufeld on the producer side today. He's the guy that you see scurrying back there and getting things in order, getting stools together. And you can jump in and say hello, Tyler. Usually you like to get your hand in there or something, don't you? There it is. See the left hand. Excellent work. Did a good job getting this all prepared for me too. As I was running behind, he does a good job of if my guest ever beats me here, which very rarely happens. It did happen today. He does a good job of entertaining, so I appreciate that, Tyler. Always a great job. Producer of the Year award goes to you, or at least in the running. Don't screw it up. You're in a good standing right now. Dan Thornton is in the house, the assistant principal and athletic director over at Pentucket. And look at this, a special guest. His son is also in the house. We have not had this before, a father-son tandem on here. This is fantastic. Wow. First time. Very cool. How are you, Owen?
I'm very good. How are you?
I hear you're in town to do a little running. I hear.
Yes.
What are you doing? The Yankee? What's it called?
Homecoming.
Yankee Homecoming. Here, just grab that mic a little closer to you there. This is tonight.
Yes, it is.
You ready to go? This is part of your pregame ritual.
Yeah, I guess a radio talk show is part of my pregame ritual.
Now, once you do it once, you just got to keep doing it. It's the play now. What? We got a nickname for your dad during the first segment. We're calling him the Timberman now. Have you heard about this?
Why are we calling him that?
I forget. Why are we calling you that again?
That was the name of the race.
He did the Guilford race. You ever tried a triathlon?
No, I've watched him do it, though.
You watch? That seems like the way to do it, actually, is watch people do it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have good training at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the deal? What's the goal for today? You setting like a time, or is it just like more a participation trophy?
Participate. I mean, getting ready for football.
Yeah.
Cardio ready.
Your dad said you're in it for the T-shirt.
Yeah, I ran for the t-shirt. Mostly the t-shirt.
Most of the t-shirt. Very good. What age are you?
I'm 15.
15. What grade are you in at 15?
I'm going in the sophomore.
Sophomore. Okay. Pentucket.
Yes, Kentucky.
Wow. So you got some connections there.
Yeah, I do.
Benefits. Good thing. Bad thing. Hate it. Love it.
Yeah, I like it.
Depends on the day.
Right?
Free. What was that? You grab the microphone. We got to hear that. What was that one? Free lunch.
Free lunch.
Free lunch.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you just hit Dad up while you're in there, or did they just know who you are?
No, we're just asking him to get it.
Gonna need some money there, Dad.
Yeah.
Do you ever have any like random kids come up to you and just say, yeah, I'd like some money too?
Yes, actually.
Oh yeah.
It has happened before.
Now, will you go to watch him today during the Yankee 5K there, Dan?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Be the biggest cheerleader.
That's a good thing. Is your mom doing it?
Yes.
So it's you two. All right, good. And so Dan, you're on the sidelines today. What's that all about? You do triathlons in the only in New Hampshire. No running in Massachusetts. Is that the deal?
Well, I cannot tell a lie. I have a sore Achilles right now.
Oh, injured list.
Yeah. Little IR. I could bike it.
You could bike it. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I don't want to go out there and you don't want to blow a tire out there in the race.
No, especially in the summertime. You got to get fall. You got to get into prime.
No, I don't want to injure myself.
Or your other.
I need to start the year off strong, not on crutches.
Yeah. Have you been on crutches?
I've been on crutches before, yeah.
Not for this injury, though.
No.
Okay, that's good. So what do you got? Just constant soreness here? Or?
A little tight, little tenderness in the Achilles, but nothing that a little rest and ice and elevation won't cure.
Okay. So the next triathlon is when?
To be determined, I think.
To be determined.
Yeah, we need to book one.
Yeah,
I think you should do it.
I don't know about this Wii stuff. I think, I think Tyler might be in. He's a.
Maybe we could get like a Cape Ann League.
Yeah.
Tandem. Yeah. Well, we could do. You know what we could do is we could have like a team. So,
Okay.
So perhaps like I will do the swim, and then Kyle can do. Kyle Hodgson. Yeah, he can do the bike.
Okay.
Then we can get Glenn Guerin. He can run.
Okay.
'Cause-
That'd be good.
Yeah, Glenn
is Amesbury, right?
He's Amesbury.
The very first guest on this show.
Really?
Yeah, the very first. You know him?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Do you know Glenn?
Or Sean. Maybe Sean can run.
Sean
But
can
if I
run?
saw him, I'd know him.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what was funny? We had that was an athletic director pass off. Kyle Hodgson was supposed to be the first guest.
Something
Had to
happened.
bail because I think something serious, had like a doctor's appointment or something. Maybe I'm sick or I forget what it was. And then we had Mr. Guerin there bailing us out.
Hey, that's what they do.
That's athletic directors looking after athletic
Good people, good league.
directors. Good league.
In fact, Pat McBride, a longtime.
I don't think I know Pat McBride.
Pat McBride, yeah, longtime Newburyport. She's been the secretary for the athletics department.
Oh, Pat,
Done
I do know
a
Pat.
ton of
Yeah,
work
yeah.
Here in Newburyport, and
Okay.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, today she's retiring.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so we will miss Pat.
We're gonna have to look
Great
into that.
person. So shout out to Pat McBride.
I think I'm gonna text Kyle right after the show and see if that's a we can have her on.
I think we should.
I think well, this is good. This is a we now. You the new co-host?
No, I was thinking like Kyle and Pat would be on together. Yeah, it would be
Okay.
like athletic directors and secretaries.
Feel free. I could probably. It might be a good little format to
Yeah,
try.
we
We
do
could
that, and then I could get Tammy Brackbill. We get TK in here.
Okay.
It'll be she and I. We could do that.
Tammy is your.
She's mine.
Yes,
She's my
she
secretary.
she is fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I used to bother her during sports seasons
Oh, you're not bothering.
for
You're
interviews?
just calling and looking for some info. That's what we're there for.
She must be bad mouthing at some point.
No, she
How-
doesn't.
No.
Nope.
She doesn't seem like that kind of person.
No.
But she could be. I mean, it's she would have the right, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, she would. She would totally be within her rights.
I mean, dealing with all this, I don't know how many people in the media annoy you folks, but you guys are always very good over there at Pentucket. Actually, really, I would say the whole Cape Ann League. I mean, some are better than others. Some schools,
Yeah.
some athletic directors, some
Well, I mean,
assistant principals.
The
But
media is a good avenue, and it's a good chance to. I mean, if everybody works well together and you get your information, it's. I mean,
where else do you get great?
with respect, and
Where else do you get exposure like this, huh?
this is true.
Radio, TV,
Right?
YouTube,
Radio, TV,
lives
whatever.
forever on YouTube. So when we tell people to go see the Timberman scene, they can always go find it, which I'm sure you're thrilled about.
Absolutely.
The Timberman.
The Timberman.
And what time's the race?
believe
You have no idea. First rule of racing: you have to know what time it starts.
I just get in the car and go. when they say we're ready, I'll be in the car and I'll be like, all right, here we go.
Oh, and when the gun goes off,
Starts when the gun goes off, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I believe 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
That was gonna be my guess.
That was gonna be your guess. Oh, and you seem a little laid back for the race today.
Yeah, I mean,
You're just in the zone.
it's just a warm up race, just kind of jogging.
Nice.
There's no competition.
Were you just gonna go Ron Burgundy on me right there? It's jogging or yogging.
Yeah.
Jogging.
Apparently, you just walk for
Racing the clock.
an extended period of time. It's wild. I love that movie. It's such a silly movie. You guys see that movie? Anchorman?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have seen it. Yes.
I hated that movie the first time I saw it, and then I kept like repeating lines for like the next like 2 weeks, and I was like, I guess maybe I liked it.
Stuck with him.
Yeah. Did you like that movie, Tyler?
It's a solid film.
It's a solid film.
Solid.
Yeah. He went to Tyler went to see Radiohead in New York a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
They were just at the Garden, and I was hearing rave reviews.
It's a great show.
Great show.
Radiohead is a good show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen Radiohead?
We saw Lord Huron last night.
Oh, where was that?
It was at the State Theater in Portland, Maine.
Wow. I hear that's a good spot, actually. Good venue?
Time. Nice show.
Portland's fun, isn't it?
Portland's a good town.
I had my bachelor party in Portland.
You did?
That's where the stories will stop. But it was a fun little city.
But it was there.
Like I said, the story stopped. My wife did too, actually, and it was unplanned. Nobody, the organizers, best man and maid of honor there, did not even know.
Both picked Portland.
Yeah, different weekends.
Nice.
Would have been weird if it was the same weekend.
Go to the Old Port.
Yep. The
Nice
cobblestones and a lot of live music.
Lots of live
I
music.
enjoy that. Water. Nice
We
atmosphere.
like live music.
Yeah, I like concerts.
Yeah, we
I
like
do too.
concerts.
That's
Couple
kind of my
concerts
summer
this
thing.
Summer so far.
Who else you guys go see? You guys go as father-son a lot?
We did. We went to see.
Oh, that's cool. I like
we
that.
saw Bono and the Lads.
Oh, nice.
Too. Which
They got real potential, I think, those guys.
I think they could be, and I
Yeah.
think it's the next swing through the United States, we should probably have them in here to get them a little more exposure.
You want to get them in? Yeah, I'll try to. At least the Edge, maybe we can get.
Yeah,
Bono
I think the
in.
Edge would come in.
Yeah, Bono seems to.
He might
He's
be.
got a lot going on. I don't know. So do you like the? That would be considered what the old guys called a classic rock group, I guess. You like the U2?
Yeah, I was kind of born into it.
Born into it.
I didn't have a decision of whether I liked it or not. It was
Oh,
just
is that
kinda
right?
It was just put into my head.
Gotcha. Is that your band there, Dan?
Yeah, I would say he was probably force-fed U2. In
Yeah.
the car seat in the back, that would be what was that was his background music growing up.
Little beautiful day for the ride home, I think maybe.
Hey, yeah, stuck in a moment, sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's another good one. I should pull up some. That's all right. I was gonna. Wait, that's one of the local bands on here. Actually, has a U2 cover. I forget which one it is. It's not.
Oh.
It's not either one of those two. I can't remember. Maybe it was Pride.
Pride? Okay.
Yeah.
I did see one called the Joshua Tree.
Oh, yeah.
I believe
the
they
thing-
played in Salisbury.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, made a few words on that.
I don't-
Definitive yes from Owen. So, what's your favorite show of the summer so far? Is it that one?
Yeah, I like you too.
That was a
Damn.
fantastic. That was a great show. I think.
How many times have you seen them?
How many times have I seen them?
Yeah. Oh,
Well, let's see. I think I've seen them.
It all
every
started in
tour
1972.
Since War Tour. So you're talking like 1983. So I mean, do the math. I don't count. I'm not one of those guys who says I've seen them this many times.
I was
because
told-
I don't know the answer.
I was told there'd be no math involved.
Too many fingers.
Too many fingers.
Too many fingers, yeah. It's kind of like I'm a Springsteen guy. I lost track of that too. I don't
Springsteen
count.
is a great show. The
Right.
Boss.
Indeed, good friends, Bono and the Boss. They're like legit friends. They like hang out when they don't have to.
They do.
Yeah. Did you know this, or is that a fact? Fun
So
fact.
I mean, maybe they do. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they do. The Bono's a big fan. They have pictures together. They go to bars.
They hang out.
Yeah.
That's good.
That is good. Kind of like us. Maybe we can have them both on.
I mean, it's good to have friends.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, yes. I usually do more concerts. I've been a little bit slow this year. We did the Dave show. We did what did I just see recently? I went to a concert recently, and I'm trying to think of what I went to see.
Must have been a good one.
Yeah. No. What show did I go to see? What did I go to see recently? Oh, that's because it was unique. It was the Springsteen on Broadway thing I did.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. That's
Those
the
are hard
hardcore.
tickets.
They are. It's expensive. Don't tell my wife how much we paid. It was here was my sell. So I said that we went to New York a couple of years ago, and we got we went to the Lion King.
Okay.
And so those are kind of expensive too. So I said, if we're going to pay that much for the Lion King, this is just a little bit more for my guy, and that was my sell, and that worked out. So it was cool though. 800 people.
800 people.
Yeah.
I would love to go. I would really like to see it on Broadway.
It is crazy. It's not like a concert though. It's like you cry, you laugh, you
Some storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different. It's cool though. If he's your guy, you got to go do it once, and that's the case. So it'd be like an acoustic U2 thing, I guess.
That would be fun too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Stuck in a moment.
We could do it.
Oh, and who's the what are the kids your age into? What's the big group?
Not you two.
Yeah, definitely not you two. I don't think too many.
Well, it's not.
people.
Let's not throw words like definitely. It's like could be. No. No. Okay. He said.
I don't think there's a lot of YouTube being played. Pre-game pump-up music.
Who's the band? Who's the band of the hour?
I wouldn't really say it was a band. I say it's just a genre of music.
Which is
Probably rap.
rap.
Yeah.
Rap's always been big though. It's always big when I was there
It's
too.
good for pump-up music.
There you go. Is that your pregame running routine as well? Who we throwing in before? You running with earbuds or what's the deal?
No earbuds.
No earbuds?
No.
You're just going to take it in?
Yeah.
Your dad wasn't even sure about that. He thought you might have had earbuds.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
I don't like to run with earbuds either.
No. Well, why is that? I like earbuds.
You want to hear the people who are cheering for you.
Oh, is that right? I didn't realize the crowds were so big out there tonight.
Or jeering.
It's fantastic. Or jeering. Wow.
Maybe you should wear it.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, you're about 2 hours out now, which means we're about to the end of the show here. So any final words, boys? Owen Thornton, Dan Thornton, left to right. First father-son duo. Pretty cool moment.
We're making history.
We're
Making history.
history.
That is good
Right.
stuff.
Yes.
That's cool.
The Timberman and the Timber Spud.
I think we might have a new title for our show when it gets posted on YouTube. I'm going to have David Kramer work on that. Very good. Well, thank you very much, Dan Thornton. I really appreciate it. That was a pleasure as always. Always enjoy our chats. I told you the show goes by very quickly.
Same here. No, always a pleasure. Happy to come on.
Started a couple minutes late. It goes by even faster.
This is true. It's all a blur.
Thanks for hanging out with the guys beforehand. And Tyler, I know, was keeping everybody entertained. And he can play guitar, too. So I'm surprised he didn't do
He's
that.
in a band. We went through this.
No, well, sorry. Yeah, that must have been as I was napping. Owen, thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, good luck with the run tonight.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Neufeld, David Kramer, the producers. We will see you Thursday, another summer afternoon show next Thursday. So keep it here. We'll have another fun guest. My name's Drew Moholland, Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio.